Hello and welcome to Let's Analyze Ark Nova. In this series, we will be looking at replays of games on Board Game Arena and seeing what we can learn from those replays. Last time, we looked at the replay of a very high-rated player and tried to make the decisions and then seeing what they actually did. And in this game, it's going to be slightly different. I am looking at the replay of a game which I lost, and I was a bit staggered by the manner in which I lost. I thought I had a really strong start to the game, and I got comprehensively beaten. And I looked at the statistics after the game, and I couldn't really figure out where it all went so wrong. So I am going to watch the replay back right now and try to see what the player did in order to beat me. So this is the point of view of that player, which is the red player in this game. So I'm going to see it from their point of view, try to make the decisions that they make, or try to see where they differ even. So here we can see that we are all playing Silver Lake. It is a 3-player game. One of the players is obscured here, but trust me, it's a 3-player game. And the third player is going first, then red, then myself. Now they have a pretty decent starting hand. I really like Veterinarian. Expert in large animals is pretty good. It's not as good as a small animal version, in my opinion. Explorer could be amazing. I don't know if I'd take it right now, though. Realistically, the only playable animal in their hand right now is this bird. So for that reason, I'd expect them to keep that. I would expect them to keep bird breeding program because they don't really have anything else that aligns with what's going on here. So they probably want to keep this in order to have some kind of conservation possibility. So this one, and I mean, this is possible. This is a primate, so I guess depends what you want to do, but it could be either of those. Oh yeah, we should look at the final scoring cards. So we have Microscope Zoo and Conservation Zoo. Now, of these, I would almost always go for this one. I think it might even be the easiest one in the game. But it depends what your opponents are doing. So this, Veterinarian, 100% keep. Under no circumstances would you ever not keep that, I think. So let's see what they did. Alright, so they've gone for 3 sponsors. They don't keep the bird breeding program. A little bit surprised. What's happening here? Okay, they changed their mind and now they're going for the bird breeding program. Cool. Alright, so anything that's popped up here immediately that might be of interest? Well, this one's quite interesting. That's a microscope. This is both a reptile and an Asia. Excuse me. It's both a reptile and an America's icon, so that's quite nice actually. Blue is going first. They're playing a sponsor. Alright. Okay, so it's red's turn. They have cards at the top. Build here. They could quite happily build a size 4. They can't play a sponsor yet. They can't really viably associate, so it's probably going to be a cards action of some kind. It's justifiable to take this, but it's quite a long way of being able to be played. Taking this is a possibility, or drawing from the top, all of those are fine. Alright, so red, wow. Red draws 3 cards from the top and finds 2 petting zoo animals. That's pretty amazing. That's a very nice start. Alright, myself. I associate and I take hand size. Okay. So far, not so bad. And blue goes for Europe. Alright, so here we've got sponsors at 4, but I'd be extremely surprised if Veterinarian got played with no universities. That seems very suboptimal. Build, associates. I would imagine here we'll see a build. Association is fine to take the Australia icon, But the problem with that is it's going to send association to the bottom now, which means it's going to come back sooner. So I'd be much more, I think it's much more likely to see build come through here. Also because it's going to lift sponsors up to slot 5. So I think definitely a build. And I guess petting zoo is very strong, but I don't know. It's a tough one to say. Would I build a petting zoo here or would I build this one? Both are justifiable. If you're going heavily towards doing a conservation as soon as possible, it would be this one. And that's exactly what they do. They go for the bird enclosure so they can do a conservation project ASAP. And I'm doing a build, and it's a petting zoo as well. Well, as well. I mean, I had a similar idea apparently. Alright, blue does a little bit of building. Apparently they're up here because they just moved a card to the bottom. Okay, so here, I guess sponsors make sense. Depends how soon they want Associate to come back. I'm guessing they want to stall a little bit more in that one. Yeah, they sponsors Reese's Monkey Park. And they get an X token. Now, where would I place this? How much money do they have? They've got 21 money, so they can afford to play this bird already. That's not an issue. Yeah, I mean, depends how desperate they are for this reputation. Here I would be thinking about, you know, where I want my kiosk to be. So, do I want the kiosk to be here? Do I want it to be here? Do I want it to be like this? I guess I would, this is not very pretty. I guess I would go with something like, I don't know, this, or if I really wanted the money, I could cover up some of these. Yeah, I'll see what they do in this situation. Won't overthink that too much. Okay, they go that way around. It's a bit unusual. Okay, sure. But we'll learn something from that. I decided cards. And I bet I snap here. I have a tendency to snap too much, and I bet that's what I do. I know I draw. Nice. Good job, VPG. Doing yourself proud. Yeah, I'm very, very snap happy. I snap way too much, I think. Alright, so here we go. So we're gonna have to take Australasia here, I would imagine. The other option is taking Americas, but it doesn't really make any sense. Okay, Australasia, of course. Right? It makes sense. And I'm sponsoring, apparently. And I play the side entrance. Okay, at this point, I'm thinking, this is amazing. I decided to put it up here because I figure I can get 2 kiosks, one here. I can put one here and one here. That was my thinking. At the time, yeah. Alright, so blue decides the cards. And also draws from the top. Nobody rates the cards in the row, apparently. So I am the only one in this situation who has got hand size expanded. So what's going to happen next? Animals is at the top. The question is, can they build a petting zoo before they animals? And the answer to that is yes, they can. Because both of these cost 17. They can afford to spend 6 on a petting zoo. That was probably their idea when they went here. In order to get more cash, they could afford a petting zoo. That makes sense now. Okay, they're thinking ahead. Very smart. So they have build at 3, it's perfect. So I would imagine they'll build now. Build a petting zoo. But the question is where? Are they going to try and make themselves a wonderful kiosk. Right now, I'm not loving the placement in terms of kiosking or whatever, but maybe it's not so important. I don't feel like they need to draw cards, so this is probably out. They can't cover this bonus. I don't know if they want to cover that right now, but where are they going to put this petting zoo of theirs? I suppose they could get rid of the cards card, put it here and get rid of the cards card. That's a possibility. Let's see what they do. Alright. So, if it were me, you could go here for the cash. You could go here and get rid of the cards card. Both of those are perfectly fine, I would say. Although it's not really necessary to get rid of a card here. You could, in fact, just go here and draw one from the top. Because you are going to get rid of a whole bunch of cards soon. So, it's not so bad. Alright, so they decide to go for 2 money and drawing a card. I wouldn't imagine that the leopard is very interesting. They decide to draw from the top and they get... Oh, that is pretty lucky, I've got to say. It's... It is another reptile with America's. Yeah, that's a pretty great draw. They've done well there. If they'd have done this, then, okay, they wouldn't have had so much money, but they would have been able to take this from reputation range. Which I think might have been better. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Better than a random card. It depends if they were looking for great stuff. Alright, I decided animals, and I think I played 2 petting zoo animals. I mean, I thought I was doing great here. Had the side entrance, had petting zoo. I was really pleased with myself. Perhaps I should have played to the out of I might get petting zoo and therefore played this slightly differently, but that's not really great, is it? Because I drew petting zoo when I cards. It was very lucky, really. Alright. So Blue's playing an animal. To be honest, I'm going to skip past most of their turns because it's not really what I'm interested in looking at, no offense. Oh, okay. Alright, so we're back to red. Animals is at the top. We're on 8 to 12 on the break. They need to play these animals ASAP. They can afford to play this one and a petting zoo animal. They probably are going to pouch here because they are going to lose a card otherwise. Are we going to see the petting zoo animal getting pouched? Or are they going to play the non-pouch one? That would be very logical. No, they are pouching. And are they going to pouch the other? No. Okay, so after that they are then able to do a build if they wanted to. And I guess a free kiosk could be really nice here. Alright, the kiosk makes sense. So now they're on income 15, which is pretty good. I decided to build a kiosk as well, but I had to use an action for mine. It's not optimal. And everyone's doing some building. Okay. Alright, so on to the next action. They have money left, so they could do the whole Silver Lake thing of going here, and then going here, and then going here, and then going here. Are they going to do that though? They have sponsors here, but they probably don't want to do that right now. At this point, they could sponsors to end the round. That's perfectly reasonable. They could cards to take this. I think, under the circumstances, I'd probably sponsors to end it. Because association rising higher and higher is going to gum up the works. And they do decide to break, okay. They get an X token out of that. I think 4 money and an X token is a pretty nice deal. They get a pretty good income there. My income is reasonable. And blue is lagging a little bit. So I'm building again. Really? It's a strange choice. I guess I was going specifically for a... What was I doing here? Had I taken another university, I could have upgraded build. So I don't know what my plan is here, if I was going for a conservation project or something, but a bit of a weird play there. Blue plays Fed grants. Oh, very nice. That's helped them considerably with their income. Okay, over to red. So here, red wants to get association to the top so that they can support their bird breeding program. So, is it worth taking a card from here yet, or are we going to draw from the top again? They decide to take from the top again, and they get rid of a breeding program. Alright, so I'm playing some creatures, and I'll just play the one creature. Okay. Blue decides to do something, or what they have been drawing from the top as well. Everyone's very keen on drawing from the top in this game. Okay, so I expect Association 5 here. Nothing unexpected. Getting a nice 2 reputation in the process. Alright, so they have taken the Association Worker, unsurprisingly. And what would be a good thing here, looking at what's going on here, looking at this? I'm guessing that's an upgraded build. Is usually the kind of default play. They have enough animals in hand for the moment, so probably either build or cards, I would say. And they do upgrade build. Okay. It does usually seem to be the best one. Alright, so we were planning a release here as our first early thing. We played the bird, we got rid of it. That's why we didn't that's why we didn't take another university immediately. We're probably going to get another worker and upgrade build as well, right? Yeah. We do something extremely similar. Blue is associating, and I'm taking microscopes. Okay. That must be frustrating for this player, because they want microscopes in general, but it's... if they were having any aspirations to getting that anytime soon, it'd be a bit annoying. They decide to do a build, so under the circumstances, maybe a 1 and a 2 and another kiosk would be reasonable. Although the kiosk is a bit, it would have to go here, I guess. Well, they go in that direction, alright. Pavilion. Alright, right. They take both of these bonuses so that they can upgrade a card. Makes sense, yeah. Nice. So that's a reasonably early pavilion. We are on 2 points right now. So this pavilion is... I'm surprised. I would have expected a size 1 enclosure for this creature. Maybe they don't ever intend to play that. It's possible. So the upgrade I would play here would probably be... I guess cards. Oh, they go with association. Alright. Are we going to see another kiosk? Do we get a size 1? Did that cover a reposition bonus? I guess it must have done. Sorry, one of these, yeah. They can draw this, or one from the top. Or the polar bear, maybe? Alright, they take predator release. Predator breeding. Oh yeah, predator breeding. Alright, so what's the plan with predator breeding? I suppose it's this. Interesting. I don't think I would have even considered this card, so that's quite a interesting one. Am I snapping this time? No. I guess I'm after cards. With my additional hand size, it's kind of easier to draw 3 cards than if you don't have that hand size. Okay, blue's doing lots of small builds. It's not really ideal. Alright, so what now? Red has got association up to 2, but that is... I wonder why they're upgrading association quite so early. I would nearly always do build and then animals or cards and then the other one of those 2 and then association. If I do it at all, it will be last. Alright, so what now? I guess animals is on top. They have the ability to play these 2. No, they can't play this one. So they don't have the microscope for that. They can play this one. Can't play this. So what does that mean? They do have 2 X tokens, so it's not outside the realm of possibility they could associate for university here, enabling them to be able to actually play this. Although that said, this size 2 there is not actually next to rock. So I guess their plan does not involve this creature. Interesting. Perhaps they are going for Europe next. So yeah, I have no idea what they're doing now. They are associating for 3 and taking Europe, right. So, under these circumstances, what cards do we upgrade at this point? I would imagine probably animals. We upgrade cards now, okay. And we donate, sure. That's a nice 2 points. Buy sponsors and a play expert on Asia. Okay. Okay. So now. And now it is going to be possible for Reds to play 2 animals. They can play these 2, and that's going to be dead cheap. Give quite a bunch of tickets. So Hunter's going to draw another card. So they play the Hunter creature first, which makes sense. They might draw something better than the petting to animal. They play this petting to animal. Alright, so, okay. They are a bit ahead on tickets, but that's just because they've played 2 creatures. So that is 9 tickets worth of creatures. So sure, they're ahead, slightly ahead now, but I'm not seeing anything, extraordinary so far. I use my upgraded build and do some stuff. I get a pavilion also. So what's the next thing that Red is aiming for here? They've done both their associations. They're sponsoring. Are they going to sponsor the veterinarian? They might. The problem is that they're going to have to discard a card. They could sponsor us for 6 money and the round, but that would force them to discard a card. Perhaps it's better to play this and avoid it being discarded, because it's going to be a while before this is any good to them, so... They do end up playing the veterinarian and not receiving any cash for it, which is a little bit sad. Alright, I take my second university and can upgrade probably 2 things. I'll go for cards and animals as per usual. And clearly, it's not ideal for red to draw a whole bunch of cards right now, but they might want this breeding program because that's a very strong card. It's going to require one more microscope, but the plan is to get microscopes. And it is good to have a sponsor kind of lined up ready for your next sponsor's action. So that does seem like a possibility. Build is not really viable. Animals is not viable. Association's not viable. So it's going to have to be cards. Question is, here, in this circumstance, with a full hand, do they choose to snap or do they choose to draw 4? They snap. Native seabirds. Alright, that was unexpected. Wasn't really even looking at this card. So gain 1 appeal for every connected water space. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 tickets. Wow. And some more stuff. Wow. Wow, they've drawn some amazing cards. So this is actually incredibly good. I've been sleeping on this card, wow. Especially with the Silver Lake. And this is just great, obviously. A playable source of another microscope. So I'd expect them to come the break, keep this, and probably... Well, they took this specifically. They might abandon that plan now. Well, no, it's probably still the plan, isn't it? So these 3, I guess, is what I would imagine they're keeping. It's way too many cards there. Alright, so we're going to cards. We decide to end the round. I think I saw they had so many cards in hand. I will take Experts and Predators. Breeding Program. I decided I wanted Breeding Program. Because these were all empty already, so... Alright, interesting. That is shocking to me. They kept this, they kept the animals, and they actually got rid of the 2 sponsors. So it actually makes me wonder, are they going for Conservation Zoo? I mean, it is a lot easier with Veterinarian, and it is going to be a whole bunch of points. This is exactly why I'm doing this, to see where my play would differ from theirs, and to be honest, I'm really surprised at some of the decisions they're making. But that's probably why they thrashed me so much in this game. Alright, so what's the plan here? They don't have any size 3s, but build is at the top. So maybe that affected their decision to want to, you know, keep the animals rather than sponsors, because otherwise... What's the plan exactly with build? You know, they've not upgraded the animals card, so they're going to have to play animals from hand. So, association build cards does make sense. Alright, so we're going to have to get some enclosures here. I wonder if they were looking around at what everyone else is doing with these. Well, we can see that blue is going for reptiles quite clearly. I'm not doing anything. That's probably why I'm doing so badly. I'm completely ignoring everything. Red already has a primate, so they were probably thinking, gosh, you know, primates are going to be good. Every time you play a primate, you get an X token. That's pretty sweet. So they are probably going to build right now and make some enclosures for these. Pretty much the only thing that makes any sense. So size 3 over here. And a kiosk, sure. And a size 1, alright. I was half expecting another pavilion. That size 1 is all good. I'm doing some building. Another small build action there. Blue takes uni, and if I remember correctly, that's the second. Getting some upgrades. Alright. Blue is well upgraded there and takes a donation. Alright. So red. Red can do this. I'd expect to see that. And expect a donation as well here. So pushing hard on this track. They really care about doing as many of these as possible to get the 2 hats, it looks like. I'm not supposed to click that, am I? Alright. Oh! I was wondering where that popped up from here. Snapping is what they chose. So they decided to go for snapping. Interesting. I wonder if it's because it's something that they really want right now from here. Oh, probably this, right? Yeah, it must be. That's a sweet creature, look. Monkey and America's primate, I should say. It's not the same as a monkey. And they immediately get to take one of these good goodies here. Probably university to catch up on that, I would imagine. No. They are going for yet another handshake. So the association plan makes more sense when you know you're going to take another handshake. I guess America's. Right now, they are thinking I can get 5 on America's and on primates. America's, yeah, okay. And another association worker. Pretty nice, that donation. Interesting, they choose not to donate. Very interesting. So usually when you choose not to donate, it's because you have something very specific in mind. What is that then? Are they planning to play this and this? Looks like it. They are perhaps planning to play both of these creatures right now. And that is probably why they're not donating. How am I getting on? Am I getting any icons yet? I have 1 America's icon and 2 America's icon and 1 primate. Oh my gosh, I'm actually doing stuff. This is amazing. Blue is doing stuff. Alright, so 2 animals. No. Sponsors? Huh? Ah, they want to play this. That's unexpected. I would have thought that they would play these 2. But they are sponsoring. They really want to play this one big time. They are 1 short and they want to play this. They're probably also thinking, you know, the sponsor card is no use to me right now. Why did they want to play this so badly? It's not like they need the Asia tag. I guess jumping sooner rather than later is better because they give you more cash. Alright, so they get the cash. They get rid of the sponsor's card. Maybe that's the plan. So, I'm carding. And a snap. Alright. Blue's doing a big old Foreign Institute. That's a very nice card. And here, okay, now we animals. Okay, that one. Get the next token. Ah, these 3x tokens are so sweet. Oh, get jumping, get a bit of extra cash. It's interesting. You would have thought that they would have gone for the extra America's icon, right? Because I've got 2 America's icons, they've got 1. They're going to get 1 more, but they must be slightly concerned that, you know, there's a massive race going on with America's. So why did they play this one in preference to this one, sorry. It must be to do with rock adjacency or something. They don't want to put a non-rock creature into a rock adjacent enclosure. Or they don't want to the ability this creature gets. I don't understand it, honestly. I'm not sure why they didn't go for the cheaper America's creature that did not require sponsors to move down to the bottom. Very curious. So now they do clever. They're definitely not going to get rid of cards. Are they going to move anything around? Depends how badly they want to associate. I'm not sure. They get rid of build. Huh? Okay. Interesting indeed. Very interesting. I guess they want to move up association to the top. That can be the only reason in my mind. Alright. So I take America's too. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a little bit short-sighted, I think, in this game. I was thinking, oh, I want to get my income increased or whatever, but... And yeah, I should probably go for something which is going to get me a bonus. Okay. Round is getting close to an end, and myself and the red player have not used all of our association workers, so that is possibly what they were thinking when they moved build to the bottom. They want to associate again this round. Is that possible? Well, they are associating again. Ah, yes. Right. Yeah, they can do it with a 4. Are they doing that? No, they're just taking a university. Okay. So many workers. Are we going to see a donation now? They do donate now, okay. Interesting. I still don't really understand why they did that, but I guess it will become apparent as time goes on. Alright, so... I realise that I'm about to lose my worker, so... Let's do this. I do get another worker, but that's fine. And it would make a lot of sense for blue to end the round now. And they do. And I just realised that I'm not recording the game audio. That's a little bit annoying. Sorry, guys. Okay, so... Biggest has a break, Red gets the snap. So, what would they be snapping here? Probably these things for a bit of extra tickets. They don't have a playable sponsor. And it's rising up, so... Still not playing the audio. Okay, that's better. Yeah, sorry, I just realised just now that the game sounds weren't coming through in the recording. Okay, so hopefully it's not been too bad for you without... Okay, I get my income. And so yeah, they draw both of those and a couple of extra cards from the top. They are controlling very nicely what's going on there. And they have also placed this into repetition range. We play our breeding program. We are doing okay for points so far. Blue's doing a big build. Dog agrees. Alright, so what's happening now? Sponsors at the top. Could play one of these sponsors. Why not? It's going to give tickets. Yeah, get sponsors down. Next to a kiosk, possibly? Yeah, that makes sense. And you can get rid of a card, so... You probably do need to build this time, so... I don't know what would be... Okay, animals goes, sure. Interesting. I'm doing some building myself. And my situation here is I feel like I'm doing quite well. Maybe that's not the case, but it feels like it's going reasonably well. I am lagging behind on tickets, though. Well, I'm lagging behind in points too, actually. So maybe it's not going as well as I thought. I shouldn't be falling, like, considerably behind on points at any point. Alright. And then America's Association there. And they're doing the donation. At this point, it starts to be questionable. Unless you have, like, a lot of money. Donation starts to get a bit expensive. So, this player can build. They finally have hand size, which is nice for them. What would we be building under these circumstances? We could have... I guess they still want to focus Americas. They're not really being threatened on primates, but if I was them, I would be focusing Americas a bit here. So maybe a size 3 for you. They do have the X tokens. They could potentially build a 3 and a 4. That might be nice. They do just go for a strength 5 build. And they build a 4. Ah, right, I see. They're playing the sponsor card. Very nice. Very nice. Good idea. Go down next to a rock. Gaining another X token. Well, right now they have a lot of X tokens, so they need to use them because they're going to get more and more as time goes on. Especially with like the likes of you. So they are rating X tokens very highly. They're getting them from this thing. They're going to get a lot from this. Doing a bit of selling and stuff. Alright, I am caught up on points at this point. But I'm not really working towards any long game goals. I guess I have 3 Americas icons now, which isn't bad. However, I guess that... Well, yeah, Americas it's more of a difference between 5 and 4, right? It's a 5 conservation points here and 3. Primates less so. So even if you go for primates and you only get second place, it's not as big of a big deal. You see what I mean? Alright, 3x is used. Alright, here we go. This is where we see the true power of all the X tokens and having upgraded association. Alright, so we're getting an association for 5. What is happening here? Sorry, apologies. It's an association for 8. So what do we expect to see? We could see... What could we see? I don't know. Guess we could see... Aquatic? It's possible that they play aquatic. Wouldn't be surprised to see another university. Let's see what they do. So they do aquatic. So they do that. They get some cash. Yeah, they're prioritizing getting the size, the free thing on here. That makes a lot of sense. Plop that down. And now they have somewhere to put you. That is very nice. So I would imagine they're going to take a university now. Nice, get to draw a card. The Proboscis? No, draw one from the top. Interesting. So they've supported 2 projects. I guess they're not overly concerned about their endgame goals. They're not really letting it affect too much what they do. I suppose they'll donate 7 here. And they decide not to, okay. They figure that they would rather play the 2 creatures, which is very reasonable. That is true. I think you should be prioritizing playing animals because tickets are going to be points and income, whereas conservation points are just going to be points. I take a partner zoo. Blue decides 2 sponsors. And we see a card action here. Getting rid of one of the cards which had maximum 25 tickets limitation. I'm not sure why I'm snapping the slow worm, I'll be perfectly honest. I guess I'm aiming for reptiles. It does not seem very good. We haven't seen much snapping here from this player. They have not been too keen to snap. They're taking snap bonuses, sure, but they're not snapping. They're almost always drawing cards. They upgraded build first, then cards, then association, then animals. And association was quite early. Alright, so now they have the ability to play animals from reputation range. However, I fully expect to see the 2 primates here go down. What? I'm looking at the wrong player. Alright, we're having a sponsorship first. Player always has X tokens. But in Africa. I do like that card. Right. All doing well for reputation in this game. Blue donating. And here we go, animals. Alright, we're going to see the primates come down, I would imagine. Yeah, more X tokens. It's crazy, isn't it? They've actually overdrew X tokens. Alright, 56 points to run now. That was a good chunk of points from that. They decided not to rearrange. That's interesting. So what's their plan at this point? Obviously basic research is not playable. They have the 5 primates that they need. They are probably thinking, hang on a second, did they have the opportunity to use clever? Oh no, they had the opportunity to boost cards. Alright. So, build is not really ideal for them right now. They can't do a great deal with the build. Oh, but that's perfect timing from Franzi. Everyone takes income and now they can build. And look who just popped in there just in time to be snapped. Oh. They decided to go for yet another monkey. Brilliant. Get me some cash. Have too many X tokens. What's happening with me? I'm just making a lot of small stuff. I'm doing very poorly at filling out the map. So Red has nearly filled out the map. They played this sponsor, this sponsor, this sponsor. They also got this building, well, one of these threes for free. They have got a bunch of stuff for free. Alright, so I suppose now we can build. This is just generally a good creature for points. I guess they like to play their primates in order to get more X tokens so they can do big associations. What are we going to see here? Can they afford to completely fill out the map with their next build? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They would need build 9. It's entirely doable. Probably not necessary though. Doing a build 6. Pop a 4 down, get another X token, of course. Pavilion. Sure. One of those. And they end it there. Alright, neat. We are upgrading our last card. But yeah, at this point, upgraded association is, I don't know, is it even worth it? I wonder. I wonder if it's worth it. Because I don't have... Let's look at that decision from me. Getting additional handshakes is not really going to be worthwhile to me at this point. Probably not. I'm not going to be getting any donations. I do not have probably enough association workers or X tokens to make it worthwhile. Like trying to get multiple association workers played in one turn. So, yeah, upgrading association so late when everyone else has done so much of that already. Questionable. I probably would have been better off just taking the early association worker and getting 5 cash. I would say. If I want to go for the 3 upgrade route, I should go for that early cash worker and just benefit a little bit from the super early worker and the cash. Or, you know, maybe size 2s. Benefit from that. Aquarium from blue. Down. Alright. Oh my gosh. An association 10. Wow. Wow. Okay. I've definitely been sleeping on association. Alright, so what are we going to see here? We're going to see primates. Look, they've got all their workers. Even despite the fact that there is no bonus for having all the workers there, they got all their workers. They're associating for 10. They are definitely going to support primates. They could take... Well, they're probably going to take a union thing, or maybe just these 2. But I don't know whether they would do 10 unless they're going to do this, this, and this. Alright, there we go. Primates. Go off the end of the track. Dump something off. Alright. So they're not too concerned about research. They haven't been, like, leaning hard into that. They're just doing what they want to do. Alright, so what next? Taking a university. Okay. Interesting. And they've got 2 left. Oh, dear. I forgot, of course, sure. They've got the vet. So because of the vet, it's a 4 plus a 4 plus a 2. Alright. Increased reputation. Can take something. Science Institute. That's just perfect, isn't it? They can take that if they really want the last microscope. It's not bad. And they do, right, perfect. Donation, and they do. Even at 10 coins for a donation, they consider that to be worthwhile. And they use determination here. They are using the cards action. And they are, wow. Wow, they draw more cards. Wow. This is actually better than this. That was a cards action, wow. Breeding cooperation, that's very ambitious. Oh my gosh. Alright. So, sponsors at 5 now. I would imagine that we're going to see Medical Breakthrough. It's going to give 6 tickets and possibly another shield. 6 tickets for one action is pretty nice, to be fair. Medical Breakthrough, of course. 8 tickets. I stand corrected. So they get 8 tickets for that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess one of their other ones got pushed off. Yeah, really nice. You can check over here. 8 tickets for that. And the last microscope. That's so huge. So I guess they took the Science Institute, but they weren't happy about it. They wanted to see more cards, and they found a card that they really liked. Cool. So I'm Animals Inc. Let's see, I'm on 41 tickets right now. I'm playing the Slow Worm. Oh my gosh. And in total, I got 5 tickets from that action. Wow. That's pretty bad for an Animals too. And red is sitting pretty on 91 points. They are currently out of X tokens, but I feel like what they can associate, get this, that'll be 3 points. They can donate, that'd be another 3 points. I feel like there has to be a way for them to end it here. They need 9 more tickets. Well, is there a way for them to get 9 tickets? This is 4. Can they do Africa release? They can't. Can't play this into this. Oh, sorry, this into this. So, an actual decision point here. What do? They need 9 tickets to end the game. Nobody's anywhere close. This is exactly the situation I was talking about in my Ark Nova strategy video when I was saying this game can be a race. It might not always seem like a race, but if you're on 100 tickets and your opponents are on 40 or 50 tickets, there's no way you're losing that game. Like, it's almost impossible. It's not totally impossible, but it's almost impossible. Unless you play like 3 determination things in a row. So, how are they going to get the 9 tickets? If they get 9 tickets, I mean, they've already basically won, but if they can play a 9 ticket play here, they win. So, you can play you, that's 3 tickets. Almost can afford this, but not quite. That would be enough. They are 1 money short of being able to do that. Sad, isn't it? Alright, well, I will see what happens. So they choose to build. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. They can go to 9, where they can get a pavilion, fill out the map. That's going to give 8 tickets. Unfortunately, they couldn't quite make it to where they wanted to be, but now they can play any creature that they can afford. They can play this, and that'll end it. Probably feeling reasonably confident that nobody's going to catch him at this point. Alright, I just decided I want to take lizards before the game ends. And yeah, I was gobsmacked by how quickly this went. Yeah, I decided to use my determination while I still could. 972, but still far behind. Alright, so literally anything will end the game here. And they just decide to play an animal. Play that little one, that'll do it. Haha, bald eagle. Looking for another little creature they can play. And that's it. So they crack 102. I can only play as an expert on Australia for 1 ticket. Pouch card. Not my most glorious moment. Blue. Can associate. And I think they might actually come up ahead of me in this. Would get their game points. And they. How do I see the scoring? Can I see the scoring breakdown? Not sure. Not sure what these are. But yeah, okay. In a nutshell, what did we learn from watching that back? Okay, we learned that this player pushed reputation hard, and they were not afraid to draw cards off the top. They did not want to snap anything using cards action. They would rather draw and see more cards. They upgraded Association, I think was their second card, and they did not concern themselves too much about doing their microscopes early. It was not a big priority. They were not going to snap things in order to get microscopes. They thought, I'm going to draw a lot of cards this game, so I'm not going to worry about that. It'll happen, yeah? They filled out their zoo very fast. They got a lot of tickets very fast. They got a lot of X tokens. They probably saw this and thought, that's going to be my build around card. Getting a lot of X tokens as time goes on. And the amazing thing to me was that they actually played this card and didn't get any cash for it. It was very strong for them. It was really synergistic into upgrading Association. I think they probably made the decision to upgrade Association in part because of this card. Maybe they always play that way, but I think having this card here really helps. Because then you can do all of these things. Or you can do this, this, and this for 10. Which makes it really nice. Alright, very, very, very interesting. Yeah, it was a good one. I could see in the background there, I was durdling along doing all kinds of nonsense, taking lots of tiny little creatures that weren't giving any tickets. I was keeping an eye on what I was doing over there, and it wasn't particularly glorious. But yeah, they certainly focused the handshake projects. They could see that they were going to get some nice reputation from that. It was going to give them the potential to draw cards from reputation range, and they made the most of it. Yeah. All right, very interesting. All right, so hopefully that was interesting for you too. I'll see you for the next video, and thanks for watching.